Hey everyone and welcome. Today we are diving into some really cool tech that solves a massive problem for pretty much every business out there, the happy customer who just stays silent. We're talking about AI review assistants and how they are turning those satisfied, quiet buyers into a company's best marketing tool, genuinely enthusiastic fans.
So let's start with a question I bet we've all asked ourselves, whether we're running a business or we're just a customer. You have an amazing experience, you absolutely love a product, but then that email pops up asking for a review, and you just don't do it. What's going on there? Well, it turns out the main reason isn't that you're not happy enough. Nope, it's something much simpler, something very human. It's the classic writer's block problem. It's that moment you're staring at that empty text box, trying to think of the perfect words, and after a minute you just go, forget it, and close the tab. We've all been there.
And that little bit of friction, that one moment of hesitation, well, it creates this huge issue we call the silent customer problem. For businesses, this is no small thing. It means you're missing out on that crucial social proof, the stuff that builds trust with new people. And at the end of the day, it's actually costing you sales.
But what if you could just get rid of that friction completely? This is exactly where the solution comes in, the AI review assistant. You can almost think of it as the hero of our story, built for one specific purpose, to smash through that writer's block.
So what is this thing really? An AI review assistant is basically a smart tool that walks a customer through a few super simple prompts. It takes their honest, real feedback and helps them shape it into a detailed, well-written, high-quality review. And the best part? It does it all in just a few seconds. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wait a minute, is this just generating fake reviews? And the answer is a hard no. The whole point, as the slide says, is to keep it honest. The AI isn't making anything up. Think of it more like a helpful copywriter. It just takes what the customer is already thinking and helps them say it better. The customer is always in control and gives the final okay.
To really understand how this works, let's look at a real-world example. This is a tool called the Review Genie, which was made for a company called Metalware that sells traditional cookware. It's a perfect way to see this tech in action.
The whole process is just brilliantly simple. First, the customer just answers a couple of guided questions, like what product they bought. Then, they pick a profile that fits them, which is a neat trick to help set the tone of the review. Next, and this is a total game changer, they can just say what they think out loud using voice to text, no typing. And finally, they click one button and boom, a polished, authentic review is ready for them to check and post. And get this entire process, from the very first click to the final review, it takes less than 60 seconds. That is how you eliminate friction. It's literally faster to use the assistant than to sit there trying to figure out what to write in that blank box. So the tech that makes this all so smooth is really a combination of three key things. You've got these smart, guided prompts asking the right questions. You have the voice-to-text feature, so you don't even have to type. And it has multilingual support, which means customers from anywhere can leave feedback in their own language. It's so accessible. Okay, so we've seen how easy it is for the customer. Now let's connect that to how it actually helps a business grow. Because the real magic here isn't just about getting more reviews. It's about getting way better reviews. It's about taking that leap from just good to truly great. And this slide just says it all. Before, a business might get a one-word review like good. I mean, it's positive, sure, but it doesn't really help anyone. But afterwards, you get something specific and full of useful keywords. Now that is the kind of review that builds real trust with a new customer. And for search engines? Oh man, when Google sees phrases like copper water bottle and kept water cool on your site, it helps you rank higher and brings in more traffic.
So the bottom line is, the impact on the business is huge. You're talking about a massive jump in review volume, which we know leads to higher conversion rates. More detailed, trustworthy reviews can even increase how much people spend. And like we just said, your SEO gets a major boost, which can even help lower your ad costs. It's all connected.
And the really powerful thing here is that this isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. These AI assistants can be completely customized, with different logic and questions for literally any industry or niche you can think of.
So, for example, take real estate. Buying a house is such an emotional process. The assistant can be set up to ask for feedback right at that peak moment, the day you get the keys. Instead of a boring question, it can ask, describe the feeling of walking through your new front door for the first time. That captures a story and emotion that a simple 5-star rating never could. Or think about a sensitive field like healthcare. Here, the assistant can be programmed with a smart privacy filter. It can ask about a patient's comfort or the quality of care they received. But if it detects any sensitive medical details, it can automatically keep that feedback private for the clinic's managers, protecting patient privacy while still collecting super valuable insights.
What about something technical, like getting your car fixed? Most of us don't speak mechanic. Well, the AI can act as a translator. It can ask something simple like, how does the car feel different now? And it can turn a response like, the weird clunking sound is gone, into a credible, helpful review like, the suspension feels solid and the handling is much smoother now. It gives you the words you didn't know you had.
And in education, a good testimonial is everything. The assistant can focus its questions on real results. It can ask things like, what specific skill did you finally master? Or how much did your test scores improve? This turns a vague, it was helpful, into a powerhouse testimonial like, my son's confidence in calculus soared and his grade shot up from a C to an A. Now that's a review that sells.
So if there is one single thing to take away from all of this, it's this right here. This technology is all about removing friction, not authenticity. It's about empowering your happiest customers to finally share their real experiences by making it effortless, fast, and honestly, kind of fun.
Which leaves us with one last, really interesting question to think about. As this kind of technology becomes more and more common, are we actually seeing the beginning of the end for that dreaded blank review box? It's a pretty exciting thought. Thanks for joining me.